What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. Excuse the background. It's not my normal background because I'm on a little bit of a staycation, but some breaking news came out today that I figured we should talk about. But before that, if you're new here, consider subscribing down below with those bell notifications on and leave this video a like at the end if you enjoyed it. You can also check out the Super Thanks feature that YouTube has now added down below underneath the description. Well, guys, it took a while, but we finally have it. We finally have our first Halloween Horror Nights announcement for both Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resort.
I'm telling you, you missed out.
I'll come out next time, but I'll see you later on tonight.
Just text me.
Bye.
Universal Monsters, Legends Collide.
And yes, that's right, everybody. Universal Monsters, Legends Collide. The Wolfman, Dracula, and the Mummy will officially be having a haunted house at both Orlando and Hollywood this year. And might I say, that trailer was pretty neat. It wasn't one of those ones that's like crazy, like adrenaline rush or anything, but it was just a nice, sweet trailer with all of their three arms popping out of the movie poster. Now, last week on the Universal Hollywood website, there was actually the concept art already on the website, and it was listed under lower lot attractions. Now, a lot of people were like, was this meant to be put out? Obviously it wasn't, but it sat on the website until today's announcement, so it sat there for a good 5 days. Alright, now you may be asking yourself, what's going to be the storyline to this maze, because you have three horror icons in the Wolfman, the Mummy, and Dracula. They're not going to be versing each other, they're not going to be fighting each other like with Frankenstein meets the Wolfman or other mazes where two icons come together and fight each other. No, instead they're actually going to be all working together. So let me explain. Now, this experience will take place in the 19th century, where the trio are seeking to find one thing, and that thing that they're seeking is the Amulet of Ra, in which the Wolfman believes will lift the dreaded curse that, obviously turns him into a wolf, while as Dracula and the Mummy have plans for other things, and those other things being seeking to bring humankind to their knees and just wreak havoc on all humankind. With the full moon on the rise and a race against time, guests find themselves entangled in a bloodthirsty battle between the terrifying titans, and only one will survive. And while I guess in some sort they are kind of battling each other to see who gets the Amulet of Ra, but like I said, they are still kind of working together for one common goal, or at least Dracula and the Mummy are. Now, in the very first speculation map, it was rumored that this was just going to be a standalone Mummy Universal Monsters maze, which I thought was awesome. On the Orlando map, it was Mummy versus the Wolfman, so it was still kind of a question on what was going to be the final name for this, who was going to be featured in it, and I guess they settled on all three of them compared to just two or just one. Me personally, I would have liked to see a standalone Mummy maze, but it's still awesome that we get to see Dracula shine in this maze because we haven't seen him in other Universal Monsters experiences before as much. The Wolfman we've seen before, but not Dracula. Same with the Mummy. He's only had one room each of the two Universal Monster mazes where they had all of them all kind of come together. Now, for the Hollywood location, this maze will be located in the Revenge of the Mummy extended queue location. That is where Texas Chainsaw Massacre was located at last year's event 2021. And over in Orlando, the house is rumored to be located in one of these soundstage houses, similar to where Revenge of the Tooth Fairy was at. And of course, with Hollywood's maze, Slash will be composing an all-new score, as he has done with all the previous Universal Monsters mazes. John Murdy and Slash work really well together. They're really good friends, and I can't wait to see or listen to the Slash score while walking through this maze experience. Now, one thing I also want to point out is on the Universal website does showcase some merch already listed for Legends Collide. And over in City Walk LA, it's looking like there's a store that's kind of being transitioned into something. We don't know what that's going to be transitioned to, but rumors suggest that it could be finally Hollywood getting an HHN tribute store, because on the website as well it lists that merchandise will be available in both the park and in City Walk. Preview merchandise, as they say. Just like in Orlando, they put out some preview merchandise when they released the slogan "Never Go Alone" for a second time. They released some preview merchandise in some of the select stores throughout the Universal Orlando Resort. So that's kind of what Hollywood's going to do this year, but like I said, it is real interesting that there's a store currently being transitioned into something else that we don't quite know about for, Halloween Horror Nights. At least rumored. We're going to go out there today, and I guess we'll see. And we do have an opening date for Hollywood's event. We had opening dates and tickets already for Orlando's, but for Hollywood, September 8th, a week after Orlando's opening night, is when Hollywood will kick off. Tickets will be available soon for Universal Studios Hollywood, and tickets are now available over at Universal Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights. And they did confirm that there will be a total of 8 mazes this year for Hollywood, a total of 10 haunted houses over in Orlando. So we have a bunch of announcements to look forward to within the near future for sure. I'm excited that we don't have to speculate on how many mazes there's going to be. We already have an idea of how many there are going to be. Whereas last year in Hollywood we had a total of 6 mazes, this year we'll have an additional 2, being 8, and Orlando stays the same. They'll have a total as 10 as they did last year for Halloween Horror Nights 30. But anyways, everybody, I figured I'd come on here, share my thoughts on it, share all the exciting details, everything that you need to know. Like I said, I'll be out at Universal Studios Hollywood today to film a construction update, see if there's any progress on those rumored tribute stores and all that fun stuff. For Universal Orlando, obviously, more announcements to come. They're going to have more houses than Hollywood will, so we'll have obviously more announcements to talk about as time rolls on in the summertime. And I think from here on out, we'll just have announcement after announcement after announcement, which is very, very exciting. Anyways, everybody, if you want any more information in regards to Halloween Horror Nights, I'll leave the link down below in the description to both Orlando's event and Hollywood's event. You've been watching Exploring Attractions. Let me know what you guys think of this announcement down below in the description. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. My name is Scott. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.